Hi, everybody. I'm Rachele Evers. And you are?
Cassandra Evers.
And we are here to answer any real estate questions that you may have.
Welcome to the Rachele and Cassandra Show. Before we begin, our disclaimer. These bitches sound like they're giving legal and financial advice, but I promise you they're not.
We have to kind of get this out of the way, right? Because this is kind of what we're all about. I feel like these are our real estate goggles.
Yep.
And we're just going to...
This is my real estate. This is my lender goggle.
Oh, well, then hold on. Then here's my real estate and here's my... How can I make this crooked? This is my lender because I fucked that stuff up.
You just pick your nose with the lender one. That's fair.
Right.
That's
that
fair.
Is fair. You've got these corporations trying to buy up all the houses. And then you've got like this belief that home ownership is a fundamental tenet of the American dream, we'll say. And everybody should have the opportunity or right to own their own home. And the reality usually emerges somewhere in the middle. When you have an extreme winning outcome, the other side ultimately suffers. So if all of the housing is snatched up by corporations, now we live in a world where nobody owns, I'm using these broad stroke language just to make a point. If nobody owns their home, then everybody's at the mercy of the people that do. Not to turn this into a love fest or anything, but whether you realize it or not, you're a fucking beacon. And it reminds me, I'm going to cry, just how powerful I really am. And everybody has this. This is not a Rachel special, Dominic special. This is like you're special. You may not realize it yet. Maybe this story helps you see how fucking powerful you really are.
You can do anything. You truly, in everything that happens in your life is an afterthought.
Yeah.
And if you've ever slowed that down, everything is an afterthought. You have to think about it first, and then you do it, or it becomes. And everybody thought that I was absolutely crazy to take the buyout. I didn't have any skills. I didn't have any college behind me. I had nothing to fall back on except for a dream to do something else.
Yeah. So then what?
Well, then I was back home. I was a little less of a shitbag because at that point I, had found a little bit of faith in God. I had started dreaming a little bit again and exploring, what life could actually look like if I tried.
Yeah.
And, obviously that brings me all the way back to if I'm ever going to become wealthy, number one, I have to work for myself and I have to learn how to build a business. And that was it. And that was when I found Keller Williams.
The next year I made $1,000 a month.
That's huge.
It was.
That's
we
exponential.
lived in a single wide trailer behind the mobile station off of Highland Road. And
so how was that, living in a trailer selling houses?
It was good. It was brand new. My son was born. And that was really the tipping point when you have a life to provide for and take care of. It was like, okay, I said I wouldn't fail, but now I'm looking into these little babies' eyes, and I have got to run with this.
While everybody else is doing whatever they're doing, hanging out, partying, and stuff like that, I'm selling books door to door. So I did that for 3 summers. And my final summer, I recruited a team, or my second summer, recruited a team of 5 people. So here it is, and I did it purposely because I knew I was an introvert. I did it purposely to force myself to do something different.
Yep.
And to learn how to work with people, I guess you could say. All these companies were recruiting me, but it was like MetLife, it was New York Life, it was Northwestern Mutual, it was, we see that you sold books door to door. It's kind of that vector marketing Cutco thing, right? The truth of it is, right, my experiences selling books trumped a lot of my University of Michigan experiences.
Of course.
Even if you do find the house that ticks the boxes, there's a pretty good chance it ticks other people's boxes too.
That's right. It's like the sexy guy at the bar. Everybody thinks he's hot.
Right.
The house is the sexy guy at the bar.
The house, unfortunately, just can't have sex with everybody, unlike the guy at the bar.
I wish we could arm wrestle virtually. Come on, put up your hand. We can make this work.
Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, there.
The
Yeah.
verbal jousting. It's one of our favorites. I'm new to even having Alexas. That's right. But I can see them all. They all have names. I named them after the Brady Bunch characters.
Cool.
Yeah. Marsha, Greg, Jan, Cindy, Bobby, Peter.
See, that's
Alice.
creativity. That's creativity. I got stuff like home office, basement, bedroom one, bedroom two.
You're winning because I go, shit, is Jan in the living room or the master bathroom?
No, if I was an agent, I'd buy 3 of these things. I'd put one in the basement, one in the middle floor, and one
Are you
upstairs.
getting a commission from the Sonos
No.
people?
No, but I've been accused of that because when people walk through my house, they go, because it's one of those things people ask, they go, how is this music coming throughout the house? They just ask it because it's unusual. And then
Can
Some of these things are just phenomenal.
they are.
I'm going to
incredible.
also agree. We have Sonos in our house and they sound amazing.
Yeah.
They are.
Amazing.
I'm if you're listening, I'm not allowed to buy myself anything new for the whole year, but I can accept gifts. That's just putting that out there.
I went to, and this is an Alcoholics Mind now.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to rehab, right?
Yes.
And the words didn't come to me, but that's where I was heading, to Brighton Center for Recovery. I pulled into Brighton Market and I bought alcohol and I bought cigarettes, and I pulled out of there and I went down to where the parking ride is at Kensington.
Yes.
And I pounded a 6-pack of beer. I drank a pint of Fireball. I smoked a half a pack of cigarettes. And when I was good, lit, and drunk, I called an Uber. And the Uber, because I was like, I don't want to get like staggered down the road and get picked up by the police or whatever. I had them take me and drop me at the door of the rehab facility there.
So you checked into rehab blasted.
Blasted out of my mind.
I felt like the market was flooded with super magical DJ services that are super elegant and magical and luxurious. And that's fine. I get it. There's a whole market for
Curly
that.
Q fonts
Curly
everywhere.
Q fonts everywhere and super magical.
Calligraphy, DJs.
Yes, and super special moments. And like,
Yeah.
and I get
Precious
it. That's
moments.
precious moments. And that's what we're creating, obviously. But I wanted to just be like, high energy. Like, we come to party. No, not even a party. I was like a bash. It kind of hit me one. I was like, oh my God, bash. And I started looking it up. And of course, bash was not. It was available. It's only $500,000.
Don't be afraid to grow through the stages, like the few
Yeah.
shifts you've
How
had
many
in your
times do you
business.
second guess yourself and think, I'm not ready. This isn't the right logo. It's not the right logo. Yep. And you'll just, what is it? Analysis paralysis.
Yes.
I analyze and overthink stuff too much. Sometimes you just got to go for it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it's progress, you're moving in the right direction.
Like that first gig.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't have the equipment, but
Exactly.
you put it together after you
Made
got
it
the
happen.
gig.
The clients had a blast. They had a blast. So
Tequila. Oh my God, it's Normal Sprite. Everything's normal. All right, so if you're not watching, she's got a 5th of Don Julio. She's got a 6-pack of Sprite, a bag of ice. And
From my kitchen.
yeah. And she snuck it all over here. I know she does weird things, but this one I did not expect her to do.
Normal Sprite. Just know that it
Okay.
is our invented signature cocktail. Here's to the best years of my life, spent in the arms of another man's wife. Here's to my mother. Cheers, Mom.
Cheers, Mom. I had planned to try to interview you
Shit.
because you are opening a broker shop, and
That's funny.
very soon, and that's a huge step. And I was going to ask you some questions too, so we can just interview each
Can
other.
I just say
my God,
you're a total asshole. Like, I've been plotting this. I was like, I'll spring on her. I'll just interview her just like any other guest.
okay? Because
And-
we don't think the same most of the time, so no shocker that we had the same idea. And so a mortgage broker, I'm legitimately like, wow, that came through really good.
If I call you to get a mortgage,
Yeah.
you run my credit, you say, okay, so here's the box that Rachel fits in. I'm going to take the Rachel
Here are the
box.
boxes Rachel fits in.
Right, multiple boxes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a giant yeah.
Go
Are we
for
gonna-
it.
No, I can't.
Do it.
I can't
Do
even.
it.
And I just called it giant, so it's extra bad. We'll just call it a rabbit trail.
That's a nice pet
It
word
is.
for it.
It
Yes.
is. Oh shit. Your
and went no.
listing picture is like an online dating profile. If you got a fucking booger and sweaty baloney sweatpants and like
Sweaty baloney sweatpants.
Yeah.
Can I sidetrack you? I bought Genoa salami yesterday.
So did I.
Yesterday I bought it.
I will show it's in my fridge when we're done.
So
I
Adam
did,
last
and
night.
I never buy Genoa.
Me neither. I just grabbed it. Whatever. Fucking of course. So Adam comes in last night and goes, I think there's bologna in that salami. And I was like, what? I said, no, it's Genoa. He was like, well, that's all you. I am not eating it.
So I bought the Genoa salami because it was, this particular brand had no nitrites, and it was like organic fed.
Organic salami.
Well, the meat was raised organically. I don't know. I fell for the marketing. And I forgot how we got here. Anyway, I'm like looking at the camera intently. You've got one chance to make a first impression.
You got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. When
this opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo, shout out to Eminem for those lyrics.
We'll go through. This was her
Snowflake.
first one in Chicago.
Snowflake.
This was Barcelona, but her little thing is different than mine.
Yes.
And then this is Iceland, and she's got that. And then we got some in New Orleans, and those are different.
They are.
And we
That's
have
my best.
semi-matching ones, but she was confident that this looked like a fucking fallopian tubes and changed it before she got in the chair.
I'm modified.
In Paris.
Yes, our Paris tattoo.
Modify.
Just turned into a love fest.
If I had to bury a body, I'd pull her. And then I don't know what we'd do. We'd have to flee to some place that doesn't speak English because I'm a chatterbox. I'd wrap myself out.
Me too.
I'd be like, I did that.
Or there's
But if I was in like Belarus, nobody would know what I was saying.
Listen, there's a good chance the body would be mine that you're burying. Let's be honest.
Like your body?
Yeah.
Or like a body you killed and I'm helping you.
No. You would like murder me.
Whoa, hold on. Do you think that I would actually ever murder you?
No, I just like to make the conversations weird. I feel like it's my job sometimes.
We grew up in Howell. We did not get along.
At
we
all.
did not hang out. We basically fought as sisters do. We're almost 2 years apart.
Yep.
She's a grade older, and she had her own friends, and I had my own, and we did not cross paths. We shared a room sometimes, which was annoying. But when we went to
Super
Gaylord,
annoying because she is like super particular. Everything in its place. A place for everything and everything in its place. You were.
I was. I think I was just more annoyed that you would sleep through your alarm and let it go for like 20 minutes.
100%.
So
You and
it's
Janet.
the worst. It was the
have that
worst.
in common. Yes.
Anyway, we moved to Gaylord and we had nobody but each other. So we became friends.
Did not
pretty
seem
quickly.
like a gift at the time.
No, it was really annoying. But
It was.
yeah.
Hindsight.
And that's how it all began for the Rachel.
Cassandra show. I've seriously considered lying about my age because I want to tell people
How low
I'm
do you
like,
think you can go?
I want to say that I'm like in my 50s so that people will be like, oh my God, you look amazing for 53. I'm going to lie the other way and leverage it to my advantage.
You never would do that. You use way too much like CoQ10, retinol, vitamin C serum.
No, I do procedures. I don't use
I'm sorry.
supplements.
There's too many procedures. My God, your procedure woman would be like, do not say my name to anybody.
That's not true. It's not true.
If you go around being like, I'm 60.
I'm 53.
She's not.
I was born in 60.
How much time would
68.
Was that correct?
Let's go back to the money. Let's go back to dad and the money. Do we have a studio audience or a laugh track? I love that.
We do have a laugh track.
I love it. Cue it.
Episode
Every time,
91
all the
and
time.
we just now got it.
Yeah.
We earned it. I don't know if it's one generation below us. I really get kind of
Blurry.
confused on like which generation is what on the back ones because they just keep seeming to give them multiple names.
Yeah.
But they literally go out and ask people how much they make.
Yes, and they're open
it's-
about it.
yes.
Things like Glassdoor.
Yeah. This is how much I make. This is my job. It helps women get paid the same. It helps people with the same number of years of work history get paid the same. It's really refreshing. And I think that the narrative is when you do not talk about it
In order to keep you oppressed.
And yes, who do you think wrote that narrative?
Yeah.
The bosses.
The guys who are writing the checks to pay the wage of the employees.
Right. Because if
100%.
everybody finds out that Tony makes this much, then they're going to ask for as much. Well, fuck yeah, they are. Are they doing the same work? Yeah, they should. Yeah. And they absolutely.
And they may be doing the same work better. It's not necessarily value-based. So why not talk about it?
Do you remember when we went to Barcelona? Remember that time we went to Barcelona?
All the
so
protests.
I got to say this. We went to Barcelona. We obviously are not meteorologists yet. We're getting certificates. Yes.
Coming.
Yes. So we went and when we left, so it was gorgeous when we left. It was a beautiful day when we left. We flew to Barcelona and this storm came in and it was like literally physically 20 below zero the entire week we were gone. And I know this because my kids, the weather in Michigan. So my kids were home for the entire week.
Mine
home
too.
From school every day, the entire week. And her and I are having a okay time in Barcelona. We ruled it. We loved it. It was amazing, but we couldn't enjoy it with anybody because everybody at home was.
We had to tone it down when we
miserable.
reported home.
It's okay here.
We're having a mediocre time.
Yes. We don't speak Catalan. Mwah, mwah.
You need to know. Yeah. So Mark,
we travel on the cheap. We travel off season, which is why you go to Barcelona in fucking February or whatever.
Yeah, that's the time to go.
Anyway, when I got home from that trip and I wrote my check to consumers, which was the highest bill I've ever seen in 10 years in my house because it was 20 below and I was out like gallivanting with her. I was like, thank you for keeping my family warm. And I meant it from the heart. And I teared up like,
so there it is.
God, how amazing. I'm so glad they were able to
dial in. Let's
fine.
Take a moment. So you're tapping into that gratitude. And isn't that the key? That's like the key.
Have you ever been to a money museum?
No. Okay. What is this?
So
what?
I've got to tell you this weird fact about me. I have been to money museums in 3 countries and probably 6 total. I don't know how I always end up at money museums. I swear to fucking Christ.
Fascinating.
It's like I just stumble into them. Oh, there's a museum in Lisbon about money. Okay.
I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, I can pick up a gold bar. Weird. That one was in...
Like pick it up with your hand and hold it?
It's through a... I've been to the money museum in Cleveland. I'm not going to go through... I've been to enough. It's dumb. Like
she's the money museum
expert. If you think they don't exist,
folks.
travel with me and we'll get into at least one money museum, maybe 2.
It's very common when lawyers get heated and are arguing to interrupt each other. And one of the things I learned early on is when a man interrupts a woman, nobody seems to notice or care. But if a woman interrupts a man, it bothers everyone, not just the male judges, but female judges. Mm-hmm. And there were times when I used to keep score where I'd be arguing and I'd get interrupted like 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And then it would be my male counterpart's turn to argue. If I interrupted once, I would be admonished and told to be quiet.
Openly in court.
Yes. It happens all the time. I still observe it. If a woman interrupts a man while they're speaking, people take offense. A man can interrupt a woman without the same offense.
And you can't point that out in the moment and be like, but he interrupted me 6 times. You can't do that.
No.
I really just want to apologize in advance for all the times I've blamed title for a transaction being slow when it was probably not title. But you guys don't get chosen by anyone other than like professionals. I know the buyer can choose, but it's so infrequent. So I'm really sorry sometimes for saying it's title's fault when it probably might not have been.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
I will dovetail that by thanking Title for being willing to take the hit when it's clearly often the client who's shitting the bed, and Title takes they'll take the blame.
Hey, we are the punching bag of real estate.
You really are.
And that's what I was told when I got hired in.
It's totally true. But you guys also save deals on the back end all the time. Clients never see it
without any
fanfare.
Yes, accolades. Yeah, I wrote myself in as a candidate where there was nobody on the ballot about a week ago. So that's the closest I'm going to get to being on the ballot.
Well, there you go. And I'm sure you won or will win.
I don't know what I'm running for. If one more person votes for me, I think I might be fucked and end up on a ballot somewhere for real.
Dude, why didn't you run a little campaign in your neighborhood? Julie would have voted for you.
I don't even know what I wrote myself in for. Anyway, today we're going to talk about politics.
Not to sound like Yoda, but I'm literally taking
I
this
love
from Yoda.
sounding like Yoda. Do it.
Fear.
You gotta do the voice. Do the voice if you're going to do
that
a Yoda.
I cannot do. But fear leads to anger, which leads to hate, right. And that's the path to the dark side. And that is when you consume media, social media and even the mainstream. It's all about those three emotional responses. That's what gets people hooked, and it's just a path to the dark side.
Kid Rock said it best. You get what you put in.
Okay.
If you're consuming all of this negativity, then
yes.
you end up on the dark side.
That is often the case, that money alone is not the solution,
but a tool.
Well, and quite often the real solutions do require money.
Of course.
So money alone, just throwing money at something isn't going to solve it. But if you can identify things that would be steps in the right direction, potential solutions, and money is required, then money is part of the solution. When it comes to something like a carbon tax, which we can't really do at the local level, it's got to be federal pretty much.
Maybe we can slip it in a bill with
States'
an abortion
rights.
position.
States' rights.
No. We go to the same place so often. I love it. I'm honored to be saying thank you to everybody for coming with us this far on our journey. Cassandra and I never thought we would be here today when we started this project 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, just about 2 years ago, we started connecting via Facebook Live, and we've come so far and have such a polished production. Yeah. It's really nice to have been able to share our real estate information with everybody and put on those goggles.
Yes, our real estate goggles. Yay. Thanks for wearing them.
Thanks, everyone.
Us.
Yeah.
The info given is current as of this recording, but remember, the market changes and real estate is hyper local.